We're going to dive on deep to a great conversation this morning with Dick Taylor from the Port of Shelton, one of our commissioners there. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good. Hey, fall is falling, huh?
You ain't kidding. It's here. I tell you what, the fog, all the rain last weekend, it really is here.
Yep.
For sure.
And leaves are changing. It's good.
You had a meeting yesterday. First, before we get to that, though, a great video by Jeff Chu about the work being done up there next to the runway. It looks like it's a big project, that run-up thing.
Yeah. The run-up area there.
Really helps to get a sense of it when you see those images to go along with it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff, and a big help to the pilots, I know. All right, yesterday you guys had a meeting. What'd you talk about?
Well, we just had, it was our regular meeting.
Okay.
And our budget's done, so we were yesterday. There really wasn't anything on the action agenda, but we did do some discussion. We discussed. It's been suggested from people at the WPPA, the Washington Public Ports Association, that commissioners have personal business devices. Like
BlackBerries and things like that?
Pocketbooks or not pocketbook. I don't, all smartphones, all that sort of thing. To make sure that you're not using your own private devices for port business.
Sure.
Because what happens is if you use your own computer, desktop or laptop or whatever to conduct port business, and somebody wants a Freedom of Information Act, they can go in and request all the stuff from your computer.
Sure.
And that includes all the personal stuff on it.
There's not the ability to separate it out.
There's not. It's on the machine. Or it's on the server. So they've suggested, they being the WPPA legal people, have suggested that that commissioners have their own, or have a port device. Mm-hmm. And the way we do it, we don't have our own devices now. But the way we do it is we all have we, the three commissioners, have a port email account.
Okay.
And it's on the port server. And we do our business, our port business. We can do it from our laptop at home or our computer at home. We do our port business through that server.
I see.
So that everything that, at least I do, everything that I do with the port goes through there. So if there's ever a Freedom of Information Act, all they have to do is request that information, and bam, you get a dump at that, and that's it.
So you're still able to use it off-site.
Right.
Kind of like how I do work here sometimes. I'll log in, and I'm able to use our servers.
Using your server. But
and that separates my own personal.
But it's out of your personal stuff. So that's how we're doing it now. So we had a discussion about that yesterday. We had asked the staff, a couple meetings ago, to look into the cost of doing something like that. And they, so they did, and they looked at cell phones and who has cell phones and what have you. And they gave us a cost breakdown of how much it would cost to do that sort of thing. And it ranged from everybody on port staff having a cell phone down to just minimal people.
Sure.
So we haven't made any decisions. We're looking at it. But
so is this brought up because of the Clinton server stuff? I mean, where did this come from? Just out of why did they come up with this?
They've been talking about it since I've been going to port meetings.
Oh, okay.
In our port conferences, they're always talking about it. To separate your personal stuff completely and totally from the port business.
And, it also makes sense at the end of your tenure. If you leave or you move on,
it's all there.
It's all there. You have your own
archived,
stuff.
Yep.
And it's not like, well, I still have a couple of emails here on my own personal thing.
And then there's no question about it. So, I don't know that we the commissioners haven't discussed what we're going to do. But personally, I don't know that each one of us needs a cell phone.
Sure.
I think staff members do. The guys on the staff, the people out there working in the field need to be able to communicate. And so that would, in my opinion, that would be a reasonable thing to do.
And it's not like people can't get in touch with you? You have voicemail at the office.
I have voicemail, and I
your
have
own extensions.
And
things
I have
like
a
that.
cell phone. Everybody, and my phone number is listed, and people have not shied away from calling me on it.
I'm sure.
It's not a problem. So that was one of the discussions items that we had yesterday.
That's something to think about for sure.
And it's something that we'll look at, and I don't know what'll come of it, but it'll come to a vote in public, and
definitely a
do
discussion.
whatever we're going to do. Yeah.
What else do you guys talk about?
So, we're going to our tonight or this afternoon. We're leaving for our Small Ports Conference in Leavenworth, and that'll be tomorrow and Friday. Be back home Friday night.
What's considered a small port?
Well, we're the largest, I think, of the small ports. So, I don't know what the definition is, but it separates the ports of Tacoma and Seattle and Olympia and some of the others in the east that are huge.
Yeah.
From the rest of us that are relatively small, but budgets of around $2 million a year or something like that, or less.
Port of Shelton will be there. Will the other ports in Mason County?
They're all invited.
Okay.
And I don't know if they'll be there or not. Generally, Port of Allen goes, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But so we'll see. It's a good deal. I mean, you learn all kinds of things that, well, for example, the cell phone and server issues are talked about extensively, and what's the legality of how you can do things? What's the legality of land transactions? And advice on how to look at your insurance needs for the ports. And leadership, how to manage and lead your staffs, and so it's a wide-ranging 2 days of discussions that, to me, have been invaluable over the past 5 years.
When you go to these small conferences and then you go to the whole statewide conferences, do you see some inherent differences and problems of being a smaller port trying to compete with the bigger port
Well, I don't know about competing with the larger ports, but there are differences. I mean, differences of scale, for sure. But they have also they have problems that we don't even look at.
Yeah.
And when you're talking about a big commercial airport like SeaTac.
Yeah.
Multi-billion-dollar projects. So, and the problems and the labor issues with that, we just don't have those kind of issues. But we have similar issues of risk management and things like that, just on a different scale.
Yeah, that port of Seattle, I mean, it's massive. Goes all the way up past the CenturyLink and all those on the water side, all the way down to the airport.
Sure.
My
gosh.
gosh.
There's all kinds of Port of Seattle stuff. And, and they have their own police force. They have their own fire departments.
Wow, yeah.
Some of them.
I didn't even think about all that.
So they have, infrastructure and support things that we don't even think about.
Yeah, that's a big business.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What else going on? Anything? Moving on into the next week?
Next week, I'm going to be on vacation.
Okay.
In fact, 2 weeks I'll be on vacation. So
I'll make a note of that. Well, then, good. Anywhere good? You going?
Other than that, we're going to be moving along with. That's nothing exciting. Just regular business.
I mean, once you guys get your budget done
for the year,
now you can come up with agenda items like cell phone talk.
Yeah, doing like this.
Because you're not have to deal with other things. Oh, very good. All right, well, Dick Taylor, I'm going to let you get out of here then. You got a prediction for the Huskies game this weekend? They're going to win?
Well, yeah, they're going to win. But I don't know by how much. I mean, I've read somewhere 33 points or something.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be that much, but...
it'll be fun.
I hope.
I can't believe they're doing so well.
Yeah,
it's so great.
Absolutely fantastic.
You gotta love it. I bet you love it around the house, just walking around. Go Dogs! Oh, another win for those Huskies this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, Dick Taylor, Port Commissioner for the Port of Shelton. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Surf us on out of here.